Greetings and a very warm welcome here at Grand Champions Polo Club. We are, of course, on the at the legendary field number 2. I'd like to welcome everybody who's made it out a little bit earlier than planned, and that, of course, a precautionary measure due to the rain which we are expecting. So let's hope that we can just avoid that rain, which is supposed to be coming in the next hour and a half. We might just get this game over and done with before that rain hits. So once again, a very warm welcome. I'd like to welcome you all to the Santa Rita Abierto 2026. The two teams out there, and it is of course an open tournament. The two teams out there in the pink shirts, we've got the Boca Raton. I'd like to welcome the very talented and only young lady player on the field this afternoon, Riley Ganzi. At number 2, the first of our 3 7-goalers, Nick Roldan, as I said, at number 2, Santiago Tocolino at number 3, and Alejandro Novijo Estrada, the third musketeer, if you will, playing off 7 goals there at number 4. Juice in their traditional dark shirts, led by Mark Ganzi. So Daddy taking on his daughter here this afternoon. Mark at number 1, playing off 1 goal. Then Antonio Heggie, the 9-goaler at number 2. And then we have a 10-goaler, of course, Barto Castagnola at number 3. And Colo Gonzalez, the 5-goaler, playing the number 4 position. Our 2 mounted officials are Pepe Araja and Santos Anca. And, of course, Gaston Dorignac, our 3rd man, up here next to me in the commentator's booth, making sure that should the 2 umpires have an issue that they can call back on Gaston Dorignac. So, first ball in play, and just after getting through all the formalities, you could see the first ball going over the back line here. A little play there by Mark Ganzi, and the first knock-in coming here from the Boca Raton. Slight little miss hit, and that's going to be an open invitation here for the 10-goaler, Barto Castagnola. That's going to be pretty much an open shut case. If he can just get his putter out, he does so, and there is goal number 1 for Barto Castagnola. A little bit of an unfortunate knock-in coming there from the Boca Raton. But when you've got a combination of 19 goals between Antonio Heggie and Barto Castagnola, well, no surprise that was easy pickings for Juice, opening up the score account with 1-0. We are, and of course, in the first of our 6 chukkers. Ball thrown back in over on the far side. Let's see if the Boca Raton can win the throw-in. Roldan coming out of nowhere, trying to pick up that first ball. Has to give way. Still on the halfway line. Nice little turnaround here by the number 3, the 7-goaler, that is Santi Tocolino. Dragging Ganzi with him. Leaves that one behind. Oh, well picked up. Well read there by the Cobra as Tocolini tried to leave that one for Nick Roldan, who has now managed to retrieve possession of the ball. It gets a challenge straight away coming in from the 9-goal Antonio Heggie. Little backhand shot, nicely done. Roldan feeds the ball beautifully to Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Puts a bit of a spin on that, and now on the near side with the number 3, Tocolino. Can he find the gap? He does. And Tocolino, well played here. So nice little combination play from the Boca Raton, not phased in the slightest by that little bit of a mishap, which allowed Bartow to pick up the first score in the opening moments of this chukker. So, a little over 4.5 minutes remaining in this opening chukker, and as you can see, both teams are not wasting any time to get back to the halfway line. As I said, the rain, well, we might get lucky. I'm just having a look up at the skies here. It's definitely a little bit windy. Still rather humid, but no real sight of, or a sign, I should say, of any dark clouds. So with a little bit of luck, we might just get away with having a nice, dry, and hopefully safe and fast-paced final here of the Santa Rita Abierto. That ball went out of bounds, so there will be a change of possession. And just to remind you that last year's winners, of course, were the 3 Graces, made up of Colo Gonzalez, who's in the final again, as you can see this year. Juan Martinero, Pablo McDonough, and Alejandro Navijo Estrada. So 2 finalists, 2 winners of last year, gracing us with their presence here this afternoon. MVP Juan Martinero back in 2025. Let's see who's going to be awarded that prestigious award, which of course will be taking place right after the game a little bit later. Remember, you can always go to CTV Sports and watch the game on your handheld devices. Just go to the YouTube channel, CTV Sports. We're going to have our first courtesy change at 3:36. Stay with us. We'll be right back in just a few moments for the second half of the first chukker of the Santa Rita Open, Santa Rita Abierto 2026. Players very quick to come back out onto the field on fresh mounts. And we had a ball going over the back line. Ball went over the back line, so a safety, the equivalent of a corner, came off the defending player from the Boca Raton and Bartow Castagnola. Let's see if he can pick up goal number 2 here for Juice. I'm sure it'll be high in the sky. It is, but it's just gone wide. So, yeah, the wind maybe just getting the better of that ball. Just swerves it out to the right-hand side. Stays a goal apiece. Knock-in coming here for the Boca Raton via Alejandro Navijo Estrada. He was trying to send that one to Riley Ganzi. She was slightly wrong-footed there. Castagnola will pick it up just short before the halfway line. Nice little open cut shot. Sends it over to the Cobra. Will he do a one-touch? Well, he wants to tee it up. Maybe the under the next shot. Here it comes. Not a lot of angle to shoot at. Again, that ball just going out of bounds, so another knock-in coming here for the Boca Raton. You can see that Juice is standing very deep in the half of the Boca Raton. Want to disrupt the flow of play as quickly as they can. Now then, Knock-in 2.0. This time they've done the little switcheroo. Roldan will send Santi Toccolino on his way. Ball's on the boards. In comes Castagnola for a challenge. Still Santi. Slightly overcooked that one. Sends it over the back line and therefore, of course, gives it back to Juice. First time we've actually had anybody in the north end of this field. This field, of course, like field number 1, running from north to south. So the first knock-in now for Juice. Little daisy cutter looking for and finding Mark Ganzi. A little bit too deep. As once again, nicely turned here, just shy of the halfway line. Man with the number 3 on his shirt, serving goal Santi Toccolino. Again to the boards. In comes the challenge. Antonio Heggie wants a piece of it. Roll down there also, just biding his time. Try and leads very far out of the saddle, but to no avail as Castagnola once again drills that one. Alejandro needs to get a hold of this. He does. Well played. Roldan tried to intercept it. I think he might have just gotten a piece of it until Heggie saw there was a lot of open space here for the number 3. I beg your pardon, for the number 2. Yeah, 1. Mark Ganzi not able to control it. Boca Raton doing very well to regain possession. Nice little ball up and over the halfway line, looking for Riley Ganzi. Didn't quite make the contact that she was hoping on that. Juice have a little under the neck shot straight into the VIP enclosure, but you might have seen a good view here from the eye in the sky. Alejandro Navija Estrada already jumping on that line, had the lesser angle, and that, of course, open shut case here. Possession, right of way infringement here against the Boca Raton. And as a result of that, no malice, of course, but that gap just too small to get away with it. So let's see what Pepe Araja, one of our 2 mounted officials, has awarded. It's going to be a hit from the spot. Again, the fouls, of course, very much dependent on where that foul, or the penalties rather, depending on where that foul took place. And a man who's got a very strong arm, Santi Toccolino, will definitely try and drop this one into that danger zone, if not between the 24 feet of those 2 goalposts. Well, you can't see it on your screens at home, but I can tell you we were having the first little droplets or trickle of rain coming, but let's hope that wind pushes them away from field number 2. Just waiting for the umpire to call play. Toccolino already getting himself into the zone. Here we go, play is called. Now let's see if he can hammer this one through and put the Boca Raton into the lead. It would be the first time in this final. Oh, very crisp, nice hit here, and you couldn't hit those better if you tried. Beautifully taken here from the spot of 5A by Santi Toccolino. That is, of course, his second of the final, putting his team in the lead by 2-1. And the players have had a little look at the scoreboard, aware of the fact that they're not going to make it for another throw, and that will bring us to the end of that first chucker. So the Boca Raton lead by 2-1. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay with us here, CTV Sports, and of course at Grand Champions Polo Club, the final of the Santa Rita Abierto 2026. Okay then, ball's back in play. Players not wasting any time. Yeah, the rain getting a little bit stronger now. Let's hope it's just a little shower and nothing too intense, as Juice and Colo Gonzalez trying to run with that first throw in here, the first in chucker number 2. Cheeky little steal here by Nick Roldan. Surrounded there by 3 Juice defenders. Shoots it up to the front door, looking for Riley Ganzi, but Castagnola going back now as the Minister of Defence. And not only does he clear the ball, but he plays it in such a clever way. That Juice, the Cobra going up, nice little ball across the field, beautifully played. Heggie not able to control it. Roldan clears it just in the nick of time. Ganzi read it, was on that ball. Roldan, a little bit of pressure now. He's got the support coming from Alejandro Navijo Estrada, just in case he needed it. A little bit too short there for Santi Toccolino. Roldan, again, a cracking eye for the ball. Plays it over to the boards. Santi wants to send it back. He's got no one to play it to. Ganzi now can run away with this one. Riley, if she could. Got a little bit of a bend to come round. A little bit of a tight angle there. And Bato Castagnola, not wasting any time, sends the ball into the open space towards the boards. Gonzalez, not a clean hit on that. Riley trying to stop. She nearly clipped him there. Well done, Riley. Back to Santi Toccolino on the boards. He's got a 10-goaler coming down that line. Well done, Santi, on the near side. Beautifully played. That was just one too many defenders, but a little bit of help there from Nick Roldan, and Santi is on the move, leaving them all behind. Still Santi Toccolino's got no one to play it to. He's going to have to run this one himself. Santi, third touch, fourth touch. The finish, here it comes. Oh, what a cracking run. What a cracking run there by Santi Toccolino, picking up his 3rd goal of the match and extending the lead now for the Boca Raton to 3-1. That really was, as they say around in Argentina, impresionante. Super play here. And as I said, the hat-trick, the 3rd goal here for Santi Toccolino. It all started there in the far corner there, just adjacent to the Juice tent, when he had Bato Castagnola coming down for a challenge. Played it nicely on the near side, ran it up the boards, and then a little bit of help from Nick Roldan to take it into the opposition's half, and they're on a bit of a run here. Alejandro Navijo Estrada gets the ball out of that throw-in. Still Alejandro. This could be goal 4. Number 4, and there it is. So, as I said, the Boca Raton here at the moment can do no wrong after that little blip in the opening chucker, and that will take us to our next courtesy change. We'll have a very short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back here. CTV Sports Grand Champions Polo Club. Field number 2. Santa Rita Abierto 2026. Players very quickly back out on the field. If you just joined us, a warm welcome and a very good afternoon. Slightly overcast, a little bit of a shower here, a bit of a tropic shower, but nothing really to write home about. As you can see that, I can see that there's relatively clear skies, low cloud, but no dark rainy clouds, as We continue with the second half here of chukker number 2, Nick Roldan. We'll hammer that one over the halfway line. Not quite the distance he was hoping. I think he was trying to find and feed the ball to Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Juice, of course, positioned very well. Oh, a big swing and an elegant miss here. Now Riley Ganzi, it's her line. She knows it. Didn't probably expect to be given that ball on a plate. Little chip shot there once again by Antonio Heggie. Feeds it up to Barto Castagnola. Castagnola decides to hammer this one, and that's going to go just wide. From up here, it definitely looked like that might have just gone through. Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Next knock-in coming here for the Boca Raton. Plays it out towards the boards. A lot of space here for Nick Roldan to work with. Nice pass all the way to Riley, and she read this one well. Opens the shoulders. Good first touch here from Riley. She's got Daddy Mark right behind. A little unlucky. Didn't quite hit that ball cleanly. Good pick up here by the Cobra. So now the shoes are on the other foot. Riley now chasing her dad, Mark Ganzi. He'll play it to the boards. Loses it. But Juice still have it. See how quickly they mobilize. All the attacking players to that halfway line. Near side backhand shot coming. Who's going to pick it up? It'll be Barto Castagnola. Alejandro just too far away. Very effective here. Nice little cheeky under the next shot there by Nick Roldan. Nobody there to pick it up. Once again, it's Castagnola. He's got the choice of two. He's got Cola Castagnola. Got Gonzalez on the one side, and he's got the Cobra. Completely unmarked. Now also Antonio Heggie. A little bit of a miss hit there, as Riley will say thank you very much. Saw that to the corner of Alejandro Navijo Estrada. They've worked that rotation very well. Castagnola comes in just before Riley was able to pick up the ball for the second time. Still, Castagnola, can he control it? A little bit of pressure, and she did well to put the pressure on the Tangana, did Riley. Gonzalez. Perfectly played. Full volley taken here by Castagnola. He'd like to make everything work in his favour this time, and no mistake indeed. So Barto Castagnola picking up the second goal, not only for his team, but also his second goal. Rain coming a little bit stronger now. We're going to have a very short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. CTV Sports here. Grand Champions, field number 2. Santa Rita Abierto 2026. So welcome back, everybody. Chukka number 3 about to start. 4-2. Castagnola picking up his second of the match. Clawing back after that very, very strong opening chukka for the Boca Raton. Picking up 2 there. Both by Santiago Toccolino. 1 out of regular play, 1 from the spot. And then he picked up his third in chukka number 2. Castagnola, he's the only man so far to have scored here for Juice. Just a quick reminder of who's out there. We'll start with the number 3 here, Barta Castagnola, the 10-goaler. At number 4, we've got Colo Gonzalez, the 5-goaler. Antonio Heggie at number 2, the 9-goaler. And Mark Ganzi, the number 1 with 1 goal. And Castagnola also now picking up his third of the match. So Juice coming back strong here. Wasting no time right at the beginning of the third chukka. So just 1 goal in it. A good 6.5 minutes, 6:44 to be precise remaining here. And Castagnola once again wins the throw-in. And he's going to try and tee this one up perfectly for the Cobra. He needs to just get the putter out. And he does exactly that. And Nick Roldan tried to just clear it out of the jaws of that goal mouth. But the Cobra, Mark Ganzi, also now on the score sheet, picking up his first goal of the match, making it level. 4 goals apiece. So Juice coming in and very strong here at the beginning of chukka number 3. Well, looks like the Boca Raton are a little bit winded here. Back on the halfway line they go, and especially at this level, those throw-ins and the winning of the throw-ins, the possession is so instrumental. Nice little near side backhand. Roldan will pick it up on the near side. Has a little bit of space to work with. That rotation working really well. Well, there's that one of those signature cut shots by Nick Roldan, trying to send it more towards that goal mouth. You saw that Alejandro Navijo Estrada had worked on that rotation, coming up as the number 4 player to be a goal getter. Ball just a little bit too far to the left and out of bounds. Castagnola brings it back into play. Heggie we'll get a second chance. Nicely done, and away we go. Very nicely done here by Colo Gonzalez. Back to the Cobra. One-touch polo, that's what we know and come to love here at Grand Champions Polo Club. Superb combination play by Juice, and goal number 2 for Mark Ganzi. And that puts Juice in the lead for the first time by 5-4. Very quick. The combination and the anticipation, the reading of the play, and that, of course, is what to be expected at this level. That really was elegance in motion. So, Juice now in the lead, 5-4. They've won another throw-in. Remember, they change ends after every goal is scored. A lot of room here. A little bit too steep, but nice bit of work here by the number 2 for Juice. Antonio Heggie allowing the Cobra to possibly pick up his third goal here in 1 chukka. Roldan will pick up the broken ball here. Plays it out towards the boards. He knows he's got a man on. None other than 9-goal Antonio Heggie. Roldan. A little bit too deep there for Riley Ganzi. The backhander from Colo Gonzalez. Intercepted and taken by Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Look at Riley, read it very well, makes her way into that danger zone, but couldn't control the ball. We have a whistle. And we're going to have a courtesy change at 3:36, and let's hope that that rain, which seems to be getting a little bit stronger, eases up. Stay with us. We'll be right back here for the second half of the third chukka of the Santa Rita Abierto 2026. Okay, we're back. Players, of course, very quick to come back out after that third courtesy change. Another monster shot here. Let's see if the Cobra can pick it up. First touch, not quite as he would have liked. Alejandro Navijo Estrada jumps in between. Antonio Heggie was there, keeping the pressure on. That ball will go out of bounds. Yeah, they did. And it looks like we're going to have a corner. Yeah, ball came off a defending player. So a little over 3 minutes remaining. And the Boca Raton sending that ball over their own back line means, of course, a safety, 60, the equivalent of a corner. Castagnola to attempt to put this one through. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. And as I said, no mistake here for the Tengola, picking up now his fourth goal of the match. With that, extending the lead for Juice by 6 goals to 4. Very nicely taken. To the halfway line they go. Ball back in play. And Boca Raton doing very well to win the throw-in. That's what they need to start doing a little bit more. Roldan working it very, very hard. Alejandro anticipated that they might lose it. Antonio Heggie will turn things around very rapidly here. Now all hands on deck. Ball didn't quite make it through to Castagnola. Navijo Estrada tried to clear it, but he ran. Oh, that ball running into a line of 3 defenders. Castagnola once again hammers one down. He did that literally at a stop and turn. And that is goal number 5 for Castagnola. A hat-trick now in this third chukker. He scored one in the first, one in the second. And now 3 here in chukker number 3. And then the other player on that team is Mark Ganzi, scoring twice. Also in this chukker, so far 5 unanswered goals here for by the Boca Raton. Alejandro working it very well. Down the line came Nick Roldan. And, well, we were waiting for that whistle to come. It was a little bit of a late whistle, but it did eventually come. Minute and 23 on the clock. Good call here by unmounted officials as Alejandro sends that one up. Roldan read it well. Now, I beg your pardon, that was Tocolino trying to play that ball to Nick Roldan. Colo Gonzalez jumps in between. Holt picks it up. Has the support of Tengola, Castagnola, Riley. Can only watch in amazement as that ball drops perfectly here for the Cobra. Just has to check up a little bit. He does well. Left behind, Gonzalez. Colo Gonzalez now. And cleared. Very nicely done by the Boca Raton. And Santi Tocolino. He knows he's got Roldan to his left. We'll try and work that ball a little bit more if he can. Oh, a big miss. Roldan read it well. Good team play now here by the Boca Raton. You might have heard the horn in the background. We're down to the last 12 seconds of play here in the first half. On the boards, it'll be Tocolino. Here comes the drive. A little bit of a deflection. He might get a second chance. Here comes the shot. Not a lot of angle to work with. The second horn, and that makes it the end of the first half. 7 goals to 4. We'll have a very, very short break, and we'll be right back for the second half of the Santa Rita Abierto. Stay with us either on CTV Sports, and of course, make sure you get some shelter here at Grand Champions Polo Club. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Well, the rain getting a little bit stronger now here at Grand Champions Polo Club Field number 2. Umpires so far still okay for play to continue. If you've just joined us, we've had a very exciting, high-scoring first half. 5 goals by Juice in that previous third chukker. 3 coming on the account of Barta Castagnola. 2 by the Cobra, Mark Ganzi. They left the field at half-time with an advantage of 7 goals to 3. Took them a chukker and a half just to really get their mojo going after the Boca Raton started so well. 2 goals by Santi Toccolino in the first chukker and then another one in the third. Alejandro Navijo Estrada making it 4 also in that second chukker, but no score in the third. 5 unanswered goals, as I say. And a hit from the spot, quickly taken after this right away. To 7, we are in the 4th chukker. And they'll be throwing the ball in now from the VIP enclosure here. So, a much better idea of who can win and who will win the throw-in. And it's going to be Juice once again with Antonio Hegyi. Still in control, still in possession. He needs to get past Roldan. Here comes the slight little slice shot here and jumping straight on it, but moving out of the way as he could see. Nick Roldan had quickly jumped onto that line. Plays the ball out towards the far corner just to give him a little bit of space to allow his attacking players to get back in situ. Riley Ganzi now possibly here with a nice little run. Opens the shoulders. Slightly topped the ball. Castagnola straight away there to pick up that broken play. He's got no one to play it to. We might see a run by the 10-goal. Alejandro Navijo Estrada putting his stick down. The inside backhander. Well, this is where you need to be very quick on the turn. Nice little under the neck shot straight towards the boards. Field now, of course, with the rain that we've had, getting a little bit heavier to play. Roldan coming out of nowhere to try and challenge the 10-goaler. Castagnola, elegantly done, little under the neck shot. Oh, what a great play. And if he can finish it, he tried to finish it on the near side. That was really very, very close. Castagnola feeding the ball to Antonio Hegyi. Just a very difficult angle to try and push that one through on the near side. Cracking bit of polo here by Team Juice. Next knock-in coming. Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Straight down the middle. Toccolino tries to send it a little bit further up to Ganzi on the halfway line. Stops and turns. Castagnola. Well, he's got the choice. The Cobra making his way completely unmarked. There is the pass for the Cobra. Waits for the ball to come on his stick side. One-touch polo. Picking up now goal number 3 for the Cobra and restoring that 3-goal advantage. 8 goals to 5 in favour of Juice with a little over 4.5 minutes remaining here in chukker number 4. Well, that rain, I can tell you, is not showing any signs of easing up, but the field, and a big compliment here to the ground staff. Field holding up very nicely. Roldan sends it out towards the boards. He was looking for Santi Toccolino. Beaten once again by Hegyi, and Hegyi found Castagnola. Now Castagnola's going to have to run this one himself. He's got Colo Gonzalez on his left. Is that ball going to carry itself? Colo, what's he going to do? A little cut shot maybe? No, he decides to check. Clever play here, very clever play by Colo Castagnola. And at 3:44, we'll wait for the whistle. We will have a courtesy change Chance for you to top up your cup of coffee. Stay with us. We'll be right back here for the second half of Chukker number 4. Players are back very quickly here. 3:18 on the clock. 9 goals to 5. Everybody except Antonio Heggie on the score sheet here for Team Juice. 5 on the account of Castagnola, 3 on the account of Mark Ganzi, and 1 by Cola Gonzalez. As we just wait for Riley Ganzi to join her teammates. Let's hope that the Boca Raton can latch on to the way they played in the opening chuck-up. But it comes down to winning these so important throw-ins. Roldan just hovering there, waiting for the unforced error by the Cobra. Roldan, you'll have a look in the corner of his eye to see where his number 1 is. A little bit short there for Riley Ganzi, but she made herself very available. Alejandro Navijo Estrada. In comes the Cobra. Good call, or very good decision not to play it into his opponent. Roldan will touch it on the near side, but he's got to be quick because he had Antonio Heggie straight on him. Gonzalez up against Santi Toccolino. Dangerous but effective to take it round in front of his own goal mouth. Great stick work here. Roldan coming in. Umpires being very lenient, allowing play to continue. Castagnola. As I said, that field getting a little bit heavy now, so they're going to have to time it just right. Another monster shot here for the Cobra. First touch not ideal, but he manages to correct himself, and what a great finish here by Mark Ganzi, picking up goal number 4, and that puts his team into double figures. 10 goals to 5. At the moment can seem to be doing no wrong. A great little play there by Mark Ganzi. The first touch not ideal. He stayed composed, stayed focused, and then cold as ice just hammers his second shot exactly where he wanted it to go. And as I said, with a minute and a half remaining here in Chukker number 4, they lead by 10 goals to 5. Well, Boca Raton looked like for a moment there they'd won the throw-in, but that was short-lived as Juice seemed to have, it feels like an extra man on the field. Castagnola leaves that one behind. Cola Gonzalez on the boards, nicely done, fishes it away from the boards. And again, a perfect teed-up ball here for the Cobra. Gets his putter out. Well, he seems to be able to do no wrong here this afternoon, and the crowd very much appreciated that, I can tell you. So a hat-trick now for Mark Ganzi here in Chukker number 4. Juice with 11 goals to 5. As I said, have the Midas touch. Everything they touch turns to gold. And of course, the Boca Raton need to regroup if they want to put a dent into the way this Juice team are playing at the moment. Well, they're going to have another run. Ball's thrown into play. Castagnola, you might have heard there is the first horn, and look at this, another monster shot here, exactly where he likes them and where he wants them. That would have been incredible. Turn around on a sixpence there by Nick Roldan. He's been looking at Riley. Riley needs to get her skates on. She does. Well, she's only got a handful of seconds left, 5 to be precise. Opens the shoulders, very nicely done now. Then the finishing touch. Now, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The buzzer beater. Well, let's wait for the... Yes, it was a goal. The third man confirmed here. What a great combination here between Riley Ganzi and Nick Roldan, beating the buzzer there. An important goal for the Boca Raton, reducing the deficit 7 goals to... Stay with us. We'll be back for the penultimate 5th and 6th chukkers right here at Grand Champions Polo Club. Field number 2, the final of the Rita Abierto 2026. Well, welcome back, everybody. 11 goals to 6. And rain seems to be easing off a little bit here. Let's see if that last play, which was a great play with Riley Ganzi and Nick Roldan, will have a domino effect here for the Boca Raton to start scoring a few more goals here. They have 2 more chukkers in which... to change things around a little bit. A nice little attempt here by Colo Gonzalez, but it went wide, which on average is very rare for the way Juice have been playing, as I said, so far. Not really doing anything wrong. Everything they touch turns to gold. Nice little ball now here for Ganzi. Riley on the move, opens her shoulders, slightly topped the ball. In comes Mark. Nice little backhand shot down the boards. Roldan read it. Just beating or getting to the board before Antonio Heggie. But you can see this is what I was talking about. Little under the neck shot. He hammers that one away. And now also Antonio Heggie on the score sheet. All 4 players from Juice now on the score sheet, making it a full dozen. 12 goals to 6 in favor of Juice. Well, as I said, the rain easing. Let's hope that was the worst of the rain. Quickly picked up here from the halfway line by Santi Toccolino. These are the kind of runs they need to have a few more of. Hard ride off here from Alberto Castagnola. That ball will go through. Well played. Santi Toccolino, important goal here for the Boca Raton. So still 5 goals in it. And just under 5.5 minutes remaining here in chukker number 5. Ball thrown back into play, and again picked up nicely here by Colo Gonzalez. Alejandro jumping on him straight away, and he finds Castagnola. Look at this pony open up for him. Castagnola with a cut shot here into the danger zone. A little bit too much possibly here. Ganzi not able to just steer that one in. But you could see the player that they had, or that he had in mind. 4:40 on the clock. Chucker number 5. Next knock-in coming here for the Boca Raton. Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Tocolino. Not getting it quite where he wanted it to, which was Nick Roldan. Gonzalez. Big beaten here by Nick. He's got the support from Tocolino behind him, but he's going to have to run this one. It's going to be Nick Roldan spanks that one. Oh, I think he might have hit Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Unintentionally, of course. Now we have a whistle. And we are going to have a courtesy change. Still lots of polo to be played here. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back within a minute with 3:57 on the clock here in Chucker number 5. Yes, indeed. Thank you to those of you so bold and brave to come out and help us with the training into the divots. Of course, much appreciated by our ground staff and the players out on the field. So, quick courtesy change, 3:57 on the clock. And as I said, we had a whistle just before that courtesy change. A little bit of cluster of players over there, just shy of the back line. Foul committed. And we're going to continue with a hit from the spot in favour of Juice. As soon as the umpire calls play. Last player just joining his teammates. And, of course, Mark Gadzi. And what a cracking game he's had here this afternoon. Picking up 2 goals in the third, 3 in the fourth. So at the moment, with 5 goals to his name, he is level with Barto Castagnola. 4 goals on the account of Santiago Tocolino. And they still have a little bit of work to do, first and foremost, to try and stop Juice launching another attack. Castagnola sends this one out to the far right side, looking for Colo Gonzalez. Well anticipated here by Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Didn't quite get the clearance shot he was hoping. Nicely done by Colo. Once again finds Ganzi. Surrounded now by 2 Boca Raton defenders. They've got to be careful not to challenge him from both sides. As you know, that is not allowed in polo. And away we go. It's going to come down to the horsepower here. An appeal, a little bit of a late whistle as that right-of-way infringement from where we're standing up here was quite clear. Colo Gonzalez coming over a little bit too much. And that will, I'm sure, result in a penalty for 60 yards. Defended goal. And that will, I'm sure, if they can score here, do a lot for the spirit within that team. Don't know if your screens were able to show you. We've had some lightning over on the far side here on the south end of the field. So, Santi Toccolino. Remember, he scored that safety 60 at third. Let's see if he can score here now from the spot or from the line. Penalty 4 to reduce it to just 4 goals. Didn't quite get the ball airborne and in front of goal. Well, Dag wanted to come and finish it, but great bit of defending here by Team Juice. The Cobra once again on the move. And here's the ball. Nicely delivered, courtesy of Antonio Heggie. Good first touch here by the Cobra as he just slightly put it wide. A little unlucky here. 2.5 minutes remain. And that really, I'm sure he would have liked to have had that again. Would have been the perfect goal here for the Cobra. Little deflection coming off the pony of Riley Gansey, not wasting any time. Gansey, good touch. Now then, Riley, she might be able to run this one herself. Well played, Riley. And also the third, still working it very well. Not phased in the slightest that she's got a 10-goaler coming in on her side. Gansey all the way. Riley, surely from there, and that is how you get it done. Forget the Spice Girls. This is girl power right here. Riley Gansey now also on the score sheet. What a great run here by the only lady player on the field. Showing the boys how it's done. So with a little over 1.5 minutes remaining, 4 goals in it, 12-8. So the Boca Raton putting up a very good fight here. And that really was a great run by Riley Gansey. I'm sure Daddy Mark, despite the fact that he's on the other side, will be very proud and impressed with the way she's just played that. She's going to have another go here. Well, once you've tasted blood, you tend to want to have another go at this. Still Gansey, working it very hard. Castagnola just hovering behind. He knows he's got the Cobra waiting just shy of the halfway line. Here comes the pass. Now then, it's the turn of the slightly out to the left. One touch Polo. Here comes touch number 2. And how do you do? Beautifully played after that great pass from Castagnola. Mark Gansey now picking up his 6th goal of the match. And that puts him in the lead. Highest scorer of this final. And that will be the end of Chucker number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you, of course, who were here ringside fieldside, give them a little round of applause. We're going to have a very short break. We will be back for Chucker number 6 when we return. Stay with us. CTV Sports coming to you live from Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2, the final of the Santa Rita Abierto 2026. All right then, everybody, welcome back. Chucker number 6, still 5 goals in it. Juice at the moment, at the moment they have been in a very comfortable position, especially since they took the lead by 7 goals to 4. That was how they left the field at the end of the first half. But you've got to give it up for the Boca Raton. Fighting hard. Unfortunately, once again, to no avail. Nicol Van there being beaten by Antonio Heggie. He now also picking up his second goal of the match, making it 14 goals to 8. Early on here, right at the beginning of Chucker number 6. The rain, of course, not helping much. It has eased off a little bit, but still a little bit of a nuisance and an annoyance for the players out there. Ball's back in play now. Then let's see if we can see a run here, or at least a nice combination play. Toccolino finding Alejandro Navijo Estrada. He leaves it behind for Riley. Cleverly done. Ganzi straight down the middle. Maybe a second shot. Ganzi. Oh, unlucky. So unlucky. Would have been nice if we would have had a second goal for Riley. Knock in coming. Castagnola. Long ball. Not quite short enough in this case for the Cobra to play, as Alejandro Navijo Estrada read it well, sends it straight across the field. Nick Roldan with a nice little backhander, and that might just find its way all the way. Oh! Well, no, the ball went over the line. The ball went over the line. Goal judge saying that was in. Well, Santi Toccolino putting the finishing touch on that. I've just had confirmation on that. Santi Toccolino. Beg your pardon, Nick Roldan. Yeah, well, I thought it might have been Nick, because he did play that incredible backhand shot. Santi was there, so Nick Roldan picking up his second of the afternoon. Now then, let's see how Juice respond, and they tend to not waste a lot of time. Little chip shot here, just shaving the front of that goal mouth. And Remington, we call that a very close shave by Antonio Heggie. And still that number 5 goals separating these two teams. And as I said, the big turnaround came after, during the third Chucker. 5 unanswered goals by the Boca Raton, and those 5 goals have sort of been haunting them now throughout this final. Toccolino slightly overcooked that one. Castagnola now taking on the role as the Secretary of Defense. Sends it across the field over to the right-hand side where 9-goaler Antonio Heggie was waiting. This one-touch polo. And Ganzi. Not much of an angle to play with. The ball was going out to the left. You had to play it to the right. We are going to have a courtesy change, the last one of this final. Stay with us. We have another 3.5 minutes to play here, the 6th and final Chucker. Okay, then here we go. Welcome back. 3.5 minutes, a little over 3.5 minutes remain. And I'm pretty sure Juice will have a strategy to try and work the clock in their favour. Alejandro Navijo Estrada will bring the ball back into play. Plays it down on his right-hand side to Santi Toccolino. Riley now on the break. Tried to put a bit of a spin on that. Didn't quite make the contact you was hoping. Castagnola nicely tees it up here for Heggie. And Ganzi once again finds himself in the right place at the right time. Couldn't control it, turned around. Santi will be looking for Riley Ganzi. Here we go. Second chance. She's got Alejandro Navijo Estrada right behind her. Still Ganzi. This seems to be her favourite part of the field. She scored that cracking goal a little bit earlier on. Castagnola. Oh, a big mistake by the 10 goalie. You don't see that very often. Ganzi. Nicely played up to Alejandro. The finishing touch. Oh, he's just put it wide. But what a great effort there by Riley Ganzi, sticking with her man, taking on the 10 goaler. 2.5 minutes remaining. Would have been nice to have seen Riley pick up at least a very valuable assist. 2:20 on the clock. Alejandro mobilizing and sending his troops all the way down to that south end of the field. Ganzi. Oh, well done, Riley. Has she hit the target? Unlucky, Riley. Unlucky indeed. But again, very clever. The way she finds herself exactly where she needs to be. And her execution, very, very strong. Here we go. This could be one of the last runs here by Team Juice. Again, the Cobra trying to shake off Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Castagnola wants to have another crack at this. Left behind. Santi stops and turns. He's got Nick Roldan. And as if you heard my words, he plays it over to Nick. Working that rotation very well. Santi wants it back. Roldan hammers a monster shot. And also just puts it wide as we approach the 1 minute mark here in the 6th. Well, we can hear a little bit of thunder. We've seen lightning. But the rain at the moment, nothing really to write home about. Alejandro, this could be the last run here for the Boca Raton. Be nice for them to finish on a high. Alejandro Navijo Estrada, surely this time, no mistake. And there it is, no mistake indeed for Alejandro Navijo Estrada, picking up his third of the afternoon. And with that horn, I think they're going to call it. They're going to call it a game. So congratulations to Team Juice with a total of 6 goals. Castagnola with great performance here by Team Juice as they shake hands. We'd like a game, a super final of the Santa Rita Abierto 2026. We're going to have a very short break, and we'll be back, of course, for the prize presentation. So do stay with us when we return for the prize presentation of the Santa Rita Abierto 2026. Thank you. 1 2 1 2. All right, everybody. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can I have your attention, please? Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you all for hanging around so long. If we could have the players over there, Juan, if you'd like to organise that the players make their way to the podium. We're going to have to do this under the roof because it's been raining a little bit. So, okay. Okay. All right, players, if you'd like to make your get your positions, and I'd like to very much ask the lovely Carolina Maldonado Roldan, who's going to be assisting us with the prize presentation here this afternoon. Thank you very much, Carolina. We're going to start with the two ponies. We have the American Polo Horse Association pony, best playing pony of the Santa Rita Abierto, and that is a young pony by the name of Open Bavaria. She was ridden by Riley Ganzi and owned by Santa Rita. So, ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for Riley Ganzi and for Open Bavaria. Thank you very much. I'm sure you understand that we couldn't fit the ponies in here. And then, of course, we have the Grand Champions Polo Club best playing pony of the Santa Rita Abierto, and that is Tita Ginebra, also known as Vodka, and she was ridden by Alejandro Novillo Estrada and also owned by the Santa Rita Breeding and Polo Farm. Right then, we're going to get straight down to business. Carolina, I hope you're ready. You can do as much kissing as you like. We're going to start with the runners-up, and they, of course, were and are the Boca Raton. We're going to start ladies first. Please step forward and a round of applause for the wonderful Riley Ganzi. I'm sure you're going to enjoy the next player you can present a prize to. It is, of course, Mr. Nick Roldan. At number 3, everybody, please give it up for Santi Toccolino. Well done, Santi. And last, but by no means least, ladies and gentlemen, once again, a round of applause for Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Well done, Alejandro. Now then, over to Team Juice, and what a cracking game this man had here this afternoon. A total of 6 goals. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the one and only Mark Ganzi. It was. Well done, Mark. At number 2, ladies and gentlemen, he saved the best for last. A goal in the 5th, a goal in the 6th. Give it up for Antonio Heggie. At number 3, 10-goaler, the one and only Barto Castagnola. And, of course, at number 4, with a very dashing haircut, that is, of course, Colo Gonzalez. And now, before we present the beautiful Santa Rita Abierto trophy, We're going to do the MVP, ladies and gentlemen, and the MVP of the Santa Rita Abierto Final 2026 goes to Colo Gonzalez. Well done, Colo. Once again, a big thank you to the Boca Raton and Carolina now with a little bit of help maybe of Juan Bellini. The moment that I'm sure Jews have been waiting for to lift the Santa Rita Abierto trophy. Gentlemen, please step forward. He's going to maybe just leave it there. Maybe you'd like to line up either side. Once again, if I could ask you all to put your hands together, a round of applause, the winners of the Santa Rita Abierto 2026, everybody. Team Juice, well done. Mark Ganzi, Antonio Heggie, Barto Castagnola, and Colo Gonzalez. From all of us here, thank you very much. Remember, tomorrow we continue with the PTF. Make sure you join us. Thank you for watching on CTV Sports. I'm sorry for the weather that we had today, but you were a great crowd. Thank you for coming down, and we look forward to seeing you back here next Sunday, Grand Champions Polo Club.